What's going on, everybody? David here, back with another video. So we're going to do a stimulus package update today, and this is going to be more of a rant and more of a kind of a strategy. Where are we going to go from here? Now, we already know the stimulus package is not going to get done before the election, so we have to look at what is going to happen after, and then maybe what will happen right before the election, because that could be important too. Nancy Pelosi said something yesterday that I think might get President Trump thinking maybe he can move this route. So we're going to talk about that. But first off, if you guys can do me a favor, please hit the like button. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm. Also, please subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell notification. That way you'll get notified anytime we put out a video. Okay, so we saw a stock market slide yesterday, and Nancy Pelosi said this might push President Trump to want to go for a larger stimulus package. And so she could be correct when it comes down to it. And you know how President Trump doesn't like people talking about him, so he might react to this. And so when it comes down to, we already know President Trump said, well, after the election, we're going to have a larger stimulus package and all this. But what I think would be even better for President Trump to do at this point is to negotiate something, get something done. Just whatever it takes. Nancy Pelosi, what is your plan? She puts it out on the table, we'll take it. Because at this point, President Trump is not up in the polls. He hasn't been up in the polls this whole time. And I know polls can be deceiving, but there are a lot of stories right now that are coming out that are not in favor of Trump. And so he needs a good story. He does not have any good news to report right now. The economy is not doing well. COVID-19 is on the rise. I mean, all these different things that are happening, they're not going to bode well for President Trump. And so this is one of those situations where you might want to just get this agreement done. Get it done in the sense that you have agreed upon something on paper. As soon as the election's done, then you can move forward with trying to get it passed. Now, unfortunately, the way politicians think and the way President Trump might think of this is it doesn't even matter what the amount is. It doesn't even matter what the language is. Give Nancy Pelosi whatever she wants. And once that's agreed upon between the White House and Nancy Pelosi, then if it doesn't pass after the election, he still gets the bump because he did it before the election. And people will see that and they'll say, okay, this is going to be coming. President Trump's, they negotiated a deal. So even if it doesn't get through the Senate, because the Senate is going to be the big hurdle, even if it doesn't get through the Senate, at least President Trump brought it to the table. They made a deal and they're trying to move forward with it. So that's the only thing that I could see happening in the next couple of days when it comes to maybe us seeing some type of movement. Nancy Pelosi might not be that eager to do anything right now because she'll see that and she'll say, well, he's just doing this because it's right before the election and he doesn't have a good news story to tell. So why not say stimulus checks are going to be coming to the American people sometime in November because we agreed upon a deal. So that's the only thing that I could see President Trump trying to do. And like we said, yeah, Nancy Pelosi might push back on that, even though he might be giving her everything that she wants. And I've always said Nancy Pelosi is one side that's holding things up, and then you have the GOP senators, that's the other side that's holding things up. And so one side, Nancy Pelosi, wants a large stimulus package. The other side, the GOP senators, some of them don't want anything. They don't want to spend any more money at all. So that's where we are right now. We'll have to see where this goes. And I know this is frustrating, but after the election, we're looking at a lame duck Congress. We might be even looking at a lame duck president. So if that's the situation, I really can't see anything getting done. If it's not agreed upon before the election, even if it's not signed before the election, if it's not agreed upon before the election, I can't see anybody taking up and say, yes, let's move forward with this. There are going to be a lot of different factors that are going to come in. You're going to have different politicians that aren't there anymore or that won't be there in January, and they might not have any, or they're not going to have any urgency when it comes to helping the American people. And the last thing I want to talk about, and I've been talking about this in recent videos, please vote. Go to the polls, vote by mail, however you want to do it. Hold these politicians accountable. The biggest tragedy that we've faced in this pandemic has been people dying of COVID-19. The second biggest tragedy is the fact that we have a government that is not representing the people, and they're not helping the people in this crisis that we're in. And so we have to hold them accountable. And this is a moment where we can reach out to these politicians and let them know, hey, we're important. You think businesses are important? We're the ones that vote for you guys. We vote you guys into office. If you do not represent us, you do not need to be in office. And this is not all the politicians. That's why I said, when it comes down to it, you have some politicians that really want to help. You do. But you also have politicians that they don't care about the American people. They're not looking at the American people first. They're looking at business first, or actually they're looking at themselves first. What can this do for me? And then they're looking at businesses, because businesses, they fund a lot of their campaigns. And then people, they're looking at us last, when it should be the other way around. So please go out and vote. Make sure you know what's going on when it comes to your politicians in your area, how they feel about certain situations when it comes to this whole pandemic and stimulus package and all that. So that's all I have for you guys today, but I want to know what you guys think about this whole thing. What do you think about the strategy? You think President Trump should try to do something these last couple of days, or you think he should just wait, continue doing his campaign rallies, and then after the election, try to work out a deal? Please let me know down below. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe for more. Hit that little bell notification. That way you get notified, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.